So welcome to Friday night Restorative Mindful Body. So here you have a choice. You have a choice to either lie down on the floor with your pussycat there, or you can sit on a cushion. So you can sit on a cushion in this kind of pose where you're sort of kneeling, or you can sit with a cushion under your bum, cross-legged. That just helps to support the hips, or a rolled up blanket or something, and sit like this. Or you can lie down, so it's up to you. I'm going to sit on my tall cushion here because that's what works best for me. But you'll need to be really comfortable here because we're going to sit here for about 3 or 4 minutes. And if you can't get comfortable sitting down, then do lie down because this is a relaxing class. So finding your comfortable position and just settling down into that. Allowing the eyes to close. Seeing where the body can soften and relax a little bit. Perhaps just scan through the body from the top of the head, down through the neck, shoulders, arms and hands, chest, back of the shoulders and the spine, mid-back, lower back, belly, abdomen and hips. Just seeing where you can let go of any tension as you scan through the body. Buttocks and thighs, knees and lower legs and feet, and paying particular attention to any sensations where your body is in contact with the ground. So if you're lying down, that's likely to be the back side of the body, and if you're sitting down, your buttocks, your legs, your feet. And as you breathe in, feel the fullness of the in-breath. And slowly breathing out, just giving your weight to the ground. Letting yourself be completely and fully supported. And allowing the spine to be long. So as we relax, we can allow the spine to be spacious and long. And in fact, the more we relax the spine, the more space there can be between each vertebra. So relaxing the spine doesn't make it scrunched and hunched over. It actually helps it to elongate. Allowing the face to soften. Allowing the chest to be open with a smile across your collarbones. An open-hearted posture whether seated or lying down. And notice what you're bringing to this moment, to this session. Noticing anything that you might need to help you to feel nourished, refreshed and relaxed. And setting your intention for the class today. It could be a word or a phrase. Let go, relax, peace. Or it could be something a little more complex, or a mantra that you have for yourself. Not thinking too hard, just allowing something to bubble up into your conscious awareness, and allow that to be your intention. allowing your awareness to rest on the breath, and we'll stay here for a few more breaths. So you can imagine that your awareness is like a raft and your breath is like waves, and your raft is just bobbing up and down on the waves, following them. Resting your awareness on sensations of breathing in and breathing out. And it's okay to feel some resistance here. This is strange and new for you. And it's also fine if it feels relaxing and soothing. And preparing to come to a seated position if you're lying down. And allowing the eyes to open if you're already seated. So coming to a cross-legged or kneeling position. Just gently, no hurry. And at any point in this class, if you want to stay where you are, or if you want to lie down or sit down or do your own thing, just listen to your body and what your body needs to do. So when you're ready, we're going to begin to do some neck stretches. I'm just going to turn my heat on because I'm a little bit cold. I'll probably bake myself, so I'll probably turn it down in 5 minutes. Okay, so taking a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, allow the chin to come towards the chest. Breathing in and bringing the neck to the center. Breathing in and looking up towards the ceiling. Breathe in here and breathe out to come back to center. And we'll do that 2 more times, looking down, breathing in, exhale down, breathing in, exhale to center, inhale and exhale to look up, inhale and exhale to return to center, and in your own time, do that once more. Back to center, inhale and exhale to look to the left. Inhale here and exhale to center. Inhale here, exhale to the right hand side. Inhale here and exhale to center. And in your own time, at your own pace, doing that twice more on each side. Remembering to inhale when you're still and exhale to move. Mobilizing the neck. When you've come back to center, you can get into a position with your hands on your knees if they're not already, and allowing yourself to be sitting on your sit bones so that you're sitting nice and tall here. So that might mean, if you're sitting cross-legged, that you might want to get a couple of cushions underneath your bum, or a block if you have one, just something to make your hips a bit higher, and that will help your hips to tilt forward and your knees to rest on the ground to give you greater stability here. So I'll just show you with a couple of cushions here. So we're going to do some seated cat-cows. So with our spines nice and upright, rolling the shoulders back, just allow the chest to be open as we prepare. Breathing in and pushing the chest through the arms, hollowing out the back. And breathing out into cat position, seated cat, so we're arching the spine. You should feel a nice stretch in the shoulders too, so breathing in, so come forwards, heart open, and breathing out, arching the back. And do that 3 more times at your own pace. And if your back is a bit stiff and achy like mine, you can really enjoy this. Just take it as far as you need to go. Pulling the shoulders back, feeling that space as you rotate the shoulders or as you pronate and retract the shoulders as you bring them forwards and back. Feeling the space that opens up in the body, in the spine and the shoulders. And coming back to a neutral spine when you're ready. So we're going to take our legs behind us, and we can take one of our cushions or blocks or a blanket or whatever you've got handy and place it in front of us. We're going to come into child's pose, so we're going to have a wide leg child's pose here. We're going to be threading the needle, so having our knees wider will help us to get more turning space. So we take our toes together, so I'll show you from this way as well. So we take our toes together like this, our knees out wide, and then we're just going to come forward onto our forearms. So toes together, knees out wide, and walk the arms forward a little bit, so we can just stay on our forearms for now. I need a cushion that's a bit lower. And just rest your forehead on the block or the cushion or the blanket, and sit your butt back to your heels, and just breathe here. And if you want a bit more of a stretch and you feel really comfortable here, and you can keep your bum to your heels, then walk your hands forward a little bit. So wherever we are here, we're looking for a nice length in the spine. So from the base of the skull all the way down to your tailbone. Feeling that lovely stretch in the spine as you relax into this position. So in child's pose, we're not looking for any tension. We're just looking for space and relaxation and letting go. So you can rock from side to side a little if you want. You don't have to keep this static. You can maybe play around, moving the hips a bit, swaying a little from side to side, coming forward a bit if you need to, and rocking back onto your heels. Walking the hands forward and bringing them back, just playing with this pose and seeing what the body needs right now. And then if you wish to, you can simply come back to a static position and relax. Breathing deeply into the abdomen and letting go as you breathe out. And as you breathe out, just asking your body, where can you let go just a little bit more? taking your back arm now and bringing the hand through the gap in the front arm. So you're going to try and aim to place your shoulder on the ground and place your ear on the ground, and you can adjust your pillow or cushion. You might need to bring it a bit closer towards you. We're just going to chill here for a few breaths. And if you want more of a stretch, see if you can rotate the spine a little bit more. That'll give you a bit more of a stretch across the shoulders, the rhomboids and the deltoids. But the important thing here is to relax as much as you can and keep breathing. Feeling the space between the shoulder blades as this opens you up. Feeling the stretch especially around the rhomboids and the deltoids, that part around the shoulder blades of the lowered arm, that side of the body. Taking a deep breath in here. And just hold this breath in for a few moments. Feel that stretch and let go. Let your arm be floppy on the ground. And then bringing the arm back through. I'm going to turn around so I'm facing you, but you can stay where you are. So staying in the same position and bringing the other arm through. And we're going to do exactly the same on this side. So you can have your non-outstretched hand with the palm on the floor. You can have it stretched out. You can play around and see what works best for you. And maybe seeing if you want to rotate round a little bit more for a bit more rotation and stretch. And it might be that you feel just a little bit different on this side. So sometimes one side of the body can be a bit more stiff or achy or a bit more flexible and loose than the other side. So just noting if there's any difference here. Letting your head rest on the pillow. Seeing if you can give the weight of your head to whatever's supporting it, and just let your neck really relax here. Trying to let go of any tension in the body. Relaxing the hips, relaxing the neck, relaxing the belly, relaxing the face. Take a deep breath in. Feel the fullness and feel the sense of letting go and giving your weight to the earth as you breathe out. And you can always come back to child's pose if you need to. And coming back to your child's pose position. And we're going to take our legs straight out behind us. So if you want to lie down on your belly. So we lie down on the belly. And have our arms in Sphinx position, so like this on the ground. So our arms are in line with our shoulders and our wrists are in line with our elbows. Like a sphinx, funnily enough. So get nice and comfy here, just checking your alignment, neutral spine. And just take one leg and lift it up and point your toe. Try and stretch your leg to the back behind you and then let that leg come back down to the ground. Doing the same with the other leg, so picking it up off the ground, stretching it out towards the back behind you. Ooh, feel that in my lower back. And letting the leg come back down to the ground. Okay, so here we're going to look over the left and right shoulder. So I'm going to let you do this in your own time, to look over to the left and take a breath, come back to centre and do the same on the right. So you feel this a bit more in the side of the body than you did when you're sitting down. So you might feel it a bit in your lats down the side of the body, in the traps. You might notice that I have been doing my anatomy and physiology revision. And coming back to centre when you're ready. So come on down and move your hands so that they're near your shoulders. We're going to do some low baby cobra or sphinx push-ups. So breathe in here and breathe out to rise up here. So we're not straightening the arms. Keep the arms nice and soft here and just focus on a little bit of mobility in the spine and opening the chest here. And breathe out to come back down. Breathing in, breathing out to push up. You might feel that nice stretch in the lower back, and if you have got any lower back issues, just do this really gently. So breathe in and breathe out, rolling the spine back down. Breathing in, breathe out to come up. Nice and soft in the arms. Breathe in and exhale to come down. We'll do that 2 more times in your own time. Breathe in to prepare and exhale to move. And when you've done your last one there, bring your hands a little bit further back so that they're by your ribs. And we're going to do the same thing, but from this position, so we're going to be pushing up a little bit higher. So if you have got any back issues at all, then feel free to just stick with where we were and don't push up so high and reduce the range of motion in your spine. So breathing in to prepare and pushing up. So just slightly lifting the hips off the ground here. And think about opening the gate of the heart, so bringing the arms back and allowing the heart to push through. Breathe in and out to lower. Inhale to prepare and exhale to push the heart through the arms. And you can have a lovely soft bend in your elbows here. Exhale down. Exhale back up again. And really think about pushing that heart through, so letting the shoulders come back and down, letting the arms be slightly soft, and exhale back down when you're ready. Let's do that one more time. And really let go with that breath as you exhale down. push back into child's pose again. Releasing the spine in this counter pose. And breathing out to come forwards and rest on your belly again. So we're going to take the arms out in front of us, so we've got on our forearms again. I'm just going to take one leg, so I'm going to take my front leg out so that it's my thigh is like parallel with the front edge of my mat. So you can have your leg at 90 degrees, you can have your leg tucked in slightly, whatever works for you. And we're just going to hang out here, or you can grab a cushion or block and just lie down here and just relax. If you are really flexible in your hips and you want a bit more of a stretch, you can take your other leg out as well, but that's quite an intense stretch unless you've got quite a lot of mobility in your spine. So here, just choosing whatever you need. I'm going to suggest just doing one at a time unless your adductors are really flexible. So you can have your forehead down, you can have it on your forearms, just wherever you feel the most stretch and comfort. And changing sides to do the same on the other leg. So taking that leg out so it's parallel to the front edge of the mat. Maybe move your knee away a little bit if you can, get a bit more of a stretch in there. And just breathing in this pose. Bringing that leg back in. We're going to come back to our forearms for a moment. And maybe taking one forearm parallel to you to get so that you're nice and stable. And then just bringing in that front leg, so bringing in the foot towards the butt. We're just going to have a little quad stretch here in frog pose. So again, just having that cushion to support your head. You can have your ear to the ground or your forehead, it doesn't really matter here. We're focusing on the leg here. So it's gentle stretch in the quad. And on your next exhale, let your foot come back down to the ground slowly. And when you're ready, take the other foot and bring it in towards the butt. A nice stretch in the quad. To make this stretch a little bit deeper, you can try pushing your hips in towards the ground a little. So keep breathing evenly and deeply. Breathe in deeply, and on your next exhale, let your foot float back down to the ground. So now we're going to take your front arm out in front of you. So I might need to move back a little bit so you can see me. I'm going to take your front arm out in front of you, and we're going to roll our back towards it, like that. We're going to be rolling over like this. That's it. So in fact, you can choose the arm where you can see me if that's easy for you. So you roll onto your arm, so you've got your arm out behind you, and you have a choice here. So you can bend that lower leg, so you're so that it comes out at an angle behind you, or you can keep it straight. Your other option is to take your top arm and clasp your hand behind you, so you're really opening up the shoulders. Now if that's too much, then just place your hand on your hip. And if that's not enough, or you have a lot of flexibility, you can actually reach for your foot and you can clasp your foot with your hands there. So just doing whatever works for you there. So there's a number of options: lower leg bent or lower leg straight, clasping the hands behind, or resting your hand on your hip, or if you really want a bit more, grasping your lower foot. So we're just going to hang out here, have a pillow under your head if you want a bit of support for your neck. And really focus on breathing in, opening the chest and allowing it to relax. So we're meeting the shoulder blades, allowing them to draw closer together. And as they're stretching, we can sometimes find that a bit of tension can arise. So really helping yourself to relax and relieve tension by letting the out-breath soothe and relax you. Allowing the hips to relax as well. Feeling the chest open, and you might just notice that you start to open and loosen and relax the more you lie here and the deeper you breathe. This gentle opening up of the shoulders and the chest. And when you're ready, rolling back onto your belly. Taking your other arm out. Inhale to prepare and exhale to roll over to the other side. Again, bending that lower leg if you want, or having the knees both straight. Clasping behind to open the shoulders, or just placing a hand on the hip. This is really about your body. There's no ideal position here apart from the one where you feel that your body is happy and comfortable and you're getting the stretch that you want. And again, if you're flexible, you can always try reaching down for the foot if you need a bit more of a stretch. And this is lovely if you've been working at a desk today. Being a bit hunched over, this is really opening up, just acting as a bit of a counter pose to the position that we're often in when we've got our hands on the keyboard. Or even we often tend to slump our posture, so this is helping to open us up. So allowing the heart to really be open here. That big smile across the collarbones and easing your shoulder blades together. Not forcefully, just allowing them to come closer together. Just resting here for a few more moments, breathing deeply and evenly. Rolling back over to your belly when you're ready. And we're going to make our way into puppy pose now. So it's cushion or pillow time again. So here we're going to bring your pillows or cushions a little bit closer to you, similar to where they were when we did child's pose. And apologies then, I was being asked if the cat had been fed, so if I looked a bit distracted, that's why. So here we have our knees bent, as you can see, and our hips over our knees. So there can be a tendency to kind of lean forward a little bit into this pose, but we're looking to try and stay here. Now, if you have any problems with your neck or shoulders or back, then feel free to come back into child's pose and you can hang out there. That's fine. You can always come back to child's pose. Otherwise, just walk your hands forward a little bit and bend so you're on your forearms. Allow your forehead to rest down where it feels good for you. And then if you want a bit more, you can start to walk the hands forwards a little bit. And here is where we feel, we can just check actually that our hips are still over our knees and that we haven't come forward, that we haven't pushed back too much and we're not sticking our bums out. And here is where you really feel a nice deep stretch in the shoulders, and you can feel that space underneath the shoulders, around the armpit and the sides of the body. Just allowing the chest to come a bit closer to the ground if you can as you let go. Allowing your forehead to rest on the ground. If the stretch is too much, bringing your forearms in closer and maybe bringing your cushion pile a little bit higher. So just adjusting to what you need. That lovely stretch in his spine. Stretch across the upper back. Maybe a little in the lats, the sides of the body. And breathe. Keep breathing. If it's too much for the shoulders, walk the hands in a little bit. And when you're ready, come back to child's pose. So rounding the back, bringing your bum back to your heels. Letting the arms be soft and relaxed. You can even have them folded in front of you if you want, or you can have them outstretched. Whatever feels good for you right now. From here, we're going to come onto our back. So maybe come onto all fours and then bring your knees through. Roll yourself onto your bum. Feel free to get a cushion and place it behind your head and roll yourself back down. So we're going to take one of your legs, the leg of your choice, and we're going to cross the foot over the ankle. I'm going to show you from this way as well so you can see. So we're taking one leg and we're crossing the ankle over the opposite knee. And then we reach through this gap here. So one hand here, and we're going to clasp and pull through like this. So I've got my left leg crossed over my right knee, and I've put my left arm through the gap. So push the knee out a little bit, and maybe rock from side to side here. And that will help you to find the juicy point, probably when I stretch, certainly towards my foot side, I'll get a bit more of a juicy stretch than when I roll over towards my knee side. And here, let the shoulders be relaxed. really focus on letting the shoulders relax. And maybe pull the leg that you're clasping a bit closer towards you. Feel that stretch deepen. If that's too much, just ease off. It's a nice stretch here for the glutes. Stretching down the IT band. Keep breathing. This is such a juicy stretch, I think. It's one of those stretches that you're like, oh, this is really deep and juicy. A delicious stretch. Okay, so when you're ready, you can let go of this delicious stretch and place your crossed over foot on the ground. Place your other ankle over, across the knee. Reach through and clasp the back of your thigh. Let your head rest again. And just gently rock from side to side. And as you rock in the direction of your foot, you can feel that little intensity increase. You can stay there for a little bit. You can keep rocking, or you can just stay in the centre. If you want a bit more, pull your leg closer towards you. So pull that thigh a bit closer. Keep breathing. Just do a shoulder check. Where are your shoulders? Are they hunched up by your ears, or have you let them relax, and are they soft and near towards the ground, further away from your ears? The more you relax, the better the stretch. Just keep breathing. And when you're ready, place both of your feet on the ground. Now is the time that if you have a tie or a belt or scarf or strap, that's the time to grab it if you've got one. If you haven't, that is absolutely fine. I will show you this with and without. Or choose one of your legs, maybe the one you started crossing over before. And so with one foot on the ground, we're going to lift one leg. So you can start just by bringing the knee towards you and then straightening that leg. So you can clasp it behind your thigh or on your calf, or you can take your strap if you've got one, or your strap equivalent, and you can put it around the sole of your foot, and that will help to just keep your shoulders nice and relaxed on the ground. So what we're working on here is a hamstring stretch. And if you want a deeper stretch, go on ahead and stretch out your lower leg if you want to. That is completely optional, just if you want a deeper stretch. So taking deep breaths. If you can make your breaths even. Focus on keeping the shoulder blades nice and relaxed here. So in a more active class, we might be lifting the shoulder blades off the ground, but here we're focusing on relaxing the upper body. And as you breathe out, just see if the leg wants to come a little bit closer towards you. It might be just a millimetre or two. See if the leg wants to come just a little bit closer. Scanning the body for any tension and inviting any areas that you've tensed up to simply relax. Taking another really deep breath in here. And as you breathe out, inviting the leg to come a little bit closer towards you.
On your next out breath, allow the leg to come out to the side so you can support your leg with your hand or keep the strap there, but allowing the leg to come out to the side. Trying to keep the other hip down on the ground, so you might wish to place a hand on your hip bone there, just to make sure that you're staying in contact with the ground and not rolling over. And bringing that foot back down onto the ground, and we're going to do the same on the other side. So taking your other leg or foot, so strap on the foot, or hands behind the thigh, or hands behind the calf. Other foot, sole of the foot on the ground, or you can outstretch the leg. And again, just like with the other exercises, it might be that one side is tighter than the other, so this leg might not be as flexible. And you might find that actually the stretch is easier on this side. But this is about nurturing your body, so it doesn't matter what anyone else can do, or what you could do yesterday or last week. We're just starting from wherever we are. As you breathe out, just bringing the leg a little bit closer if you can. It's really more of an invitation than an instruction. If we can relax a little bit more. Can you give the weight of your shoulders and your back and your buttocks and your legs to the ground a bit more? Just allowing it to soften, and then as you breathe in, feeling that fullness. And as you breathe out, allowing the leg muscles to soften and lengthen. Taking a deep breath in, and on your next exhale, allow the arms to come out to the side and the leg to drop out to the side. Again, you can support with your hands or with the strap, and you might wish to place a hand on your hip to ensure that you don't rock over to that side. You should really feel this in the hip adductors, so those muscles that run alongside the inside of the thigh. I should be able to name them because I studied them last night and I can't remember. And that is absolutely fine. Oh, just relaxing and letting go, allowing the leg to drop a little bit further if it wants to. And when you're ready, placing the soles of the foot back down on the ground, allowing the knees to open and placing the soles of the feet together. So just allowing the feet to turn in towards each other. Taking the arms overhead and grasping each elbow with the opposite hand. Just taking 3 deep and even breaths here. We're going to come over and find our wall or our chair, and if we haven't got either one of those, we're just going to stick our legs up in the air. So I'm just going to move my camera. There's a slightly different angle. You can see my wall. So I'm going to do a little scooch over to the wall here, and you can have a pillow under your back if you want to. So what we do is, if we're near a wall, we stick our feet up against it and we just move our butt towards it, and then have a nice lie down. Wiggle in so your bum's right next to the wall. If you want, you can stick a cushion under there. You can stick a cushion under your head. You just like walk your feet up to allow your bum to scooch in. And you're just using whatever you've got, and if it's a chair, that's absolutely fine. So you can even rest your legs. You can have your knees bent and rest your legs on the chair if you want, or have your feet up in the air. And just let your arms drop out to the sides. Palms facing up, elbows towards the ground. And this is such a chilled out pose. Helping the venous return. So you're helping the blood from the lower extremities to come back up to the heart to get some oxygen. And you might feel a little tingling in your hands as you just let them relax. You might feel tingling in your toes as you begin to relax more deeply. Allowing yourself to smile if that feels good. And you can do this pose in bed when you wake up in the morning or before you go to sleep. It's just a really nice one to start and end the day. And preparing yourself to come back down to a lying down position. We're going to take a blanket. You can stay here if you want to. But you can walk your legs down the wall, or you can roll over. Just safely and comfortably making your way down to the ground. And this is one of the most important parts of the class, the bit where we do Shavasana. This is where we absorb the benefits of the practice. So if you can, I really would invite you and encourage you to stay for this part of the class. And also invite and encourage you to get nice and cozy. So nice blankies, cushions to support your head and neck. Nice and warm. So make yourself nice and comfortable. This is the sleepover part, where some of you might actually fall asleep, and that's absolutely fine. So if you have got a visitor. No, the cat's decided she doesn't want to come in after all. If you've got any back problems, you can have your knees up, so you can have the soles of your feet on the ground and your knees up in the air. Or you can have your legs slightly, so your feet are slightly wider than hip width apart. And allow your hands to be with the palms facing upwards. And any distractions where you are, you can just allow them to be there, that's okay. So if you've got a cat tickling you or somebody walking around, or you can hear someone in another room, that's fine, this is your space. This is your bubble where you can just relax. You you might recall the intention you made for this session. And you might reflect on that now. Allowing any effect to just absorb into the body and the mind, into your consciousness. Breathing in, feeling the rise of the belly, feeling the lungs inflating, and as you breathe out, feeling the sensation of letting go. Following the breath in through the nose, down to the abdomen, feeling that fullness and holding that for a few moments if you can. And slowly as you can, letting the breath out and allowing the body to rest comfortably and heavily on the ground. Feeling the ribs expand from the sternum at the front all the way round to the spine at the back of the body. The whole rib cage, and relax down. Having a sense of the whole body being completely supported by the earth, and allow it to be soft and comfortable. Relaxing the face, the cheeks, the jaw, the eyes. Softening the neck and the chest. Letting the shoulders and chest open out so that the shoulder blades, and you can even lift up a little bit to do this, the shoulder blades come a little bit closer together, and that allows the shoulders to relax a bit more. Letting the arms be really heavy and comfortable, and the fingers, the hands be open and soft. So busy during the day, doing things, and now's the time when you can simply let go and relax. Allowing the belly to be soft. Really visualizing the belly and the digestive system being soft. Allowing whatever digestive processes are happening to do so in a lovely, relaxed way. Allowing the lower back to soften into the ground, pelvis. Letting the muscles of the pelvic floor be relaxed. Softening the muscles of the buttocks, the thighs. Letting the knees be soft too. Relaxing the muscles of the lower legs. And imagining the shins just softening down towards the ground. Relaxing the ankles. Seeing if the feet want to turn out a little bit more as the ankles just let go and relax. And our feet, which support us so much throughout the day, now's the time when they can just be relaxed and supported. Feeling the sensations on the top of your feet, the soles of your feet, your toes, the spaces in between the toes. the points where the toes touch each other. Taking a deep breath in, breathing from the tip of the head to the fingers and the toes. Really feeling the whole body infused with nourishing breath, and slowly letting the breath out. Doing that a couple more times, and you might even sigh on that out breath. It can really help to let go. So just letting go of your inhibitions, letting go of any tension. Inhaling deeply once more, and as you exhale this final time, allowing the mouth to be open and really vocalizing this exhalation. Moving the fingers and toes. Rotating the ankles and wrists if that feels good. Taking a full body stretch, the arms overhead, lifting the feet and relaxing back down. Keeping the eyes closed as you roll over to one side, bringing the cushion with you to support your head and neck, or making a little hand pillow for yourself. When you're ready, bringing yourself up to a seated position, feel free to put a couple of cushions under your bum and trying to keep your eyes closed for this last part of the process. Making your way to a seated position that's comfortable and upright. And checking in with how you're feeling now. Just acknowledging that you've given yourself this nurturing time, this kindness to yourself, which naturally enables us to be kind to others as well. And just having a bit of gratitude and appreciation that you've taken this time out. Bringing the hands together and beginning to rub the palms quickly together to generate heat. When your hands are nice and warm and toasty, place them with the fingers together over your face. Feeling the warmth. Parting the fingers with your eyes closed and gently allowing the eyes to open and the light to come through your fingers. And bringing your hands away when you're ready. So thank you for sharing this practice with me this evening. I really hope that you've enjoyed it and that it's helped you to transition from your week into your weekend. I'm just going to stop the recording.